Financials.
Tell him we going for Canelo next.
Yes. Let's
him.
go. Canelo, come on.
You heard it from him.
At 36 years old, Terence Crawford has made it clear that he only wants fights that will be remembered in history. And the potential matchup with Saul, Canelo Alvarez, appears to be the most significant one currently. Crawford has been eager to face the Mexican superstar for months, viewing it as the ultimate way to cement his legacy as one of the greatest fighters of our time. With his exceptional team backing him, it seems they have managed to persuade Canelo to agree to the bout. Crawford recently achieved a major victory by dominating Errol Spence Jr., which not only strengthened the welterweight division, but also solidified his place in boxing history. Known for his prowess in the ring, Crawford showcased all his exceptional skills in that fight. From the first bell, it was evident that Spence, once considered Crawford's biggest threat, was no match for him. Crawford's precision, power, and ring intelligence were on full display as he won every round and stopped Spence in the ninth. This victory made Crawford the first male fighter in the history of the four-belt era to be undefeated in two weight classes.
Once the fight, he's made it clear. Do fights like that help your legacy, or do you feel like that's something that's not worth it to you?
Everything in my career, every fight make my legacy different and better. No, Terence Crawford is a great fighter. He's a good fighter, but like I say, he's a weight classes for.
Now, Crawford is setting his sights even higher by aiming to fight Canelo Alvarez, who is 3 weight classes above him and arguably the biggest star in boxing. After his impressive performance against Spence, Crawford views this fight as a matter of legacy. He is not interested in easy wins or lesser challenges. He wants to be remembered as the best, and a fight with Canelo offers that opportunity. However, Canelo has been hesitant to face the physically smaller Crawford. Despite Crawford's many achievements, Canelo has repeatedly downplayed the possibility of the fight, arguing that he wouldn't receive credit for defeating a smaller opponent. Fighting at 168 lbs, Canelo sees Crawford, who last fought at 147 lbs, as someone not in his league in terms of size and power. Initially, Canelo outright dismissed Crawford's challenge and even suggested that Crawford should face Teofimo Lopez first, a proposal many viewed as a tactic for Canelo to avoid the fight.
To fight Teofimo first and then we'll see, right? At the end of the day, like I said before, I'm not asking for that fight. They want to make that fight because it's a payday, obviously. But I don't want that fight. I think
Crawford wasn't backing down. As more fans and analysts called for the fight, the pressure on Canelo began to mount. Relentless as ever, Crawford continued to call him out, and the demand for the fight only grew. Things took an interesting turn after Canelo's latest fight against Edgar Berlanga. The Mexican superstar squared off against Berlanga in what many expected to be a routine win for Canelo. Though undefeated, Berlanga was seen as a heavy underdog and not on the same level as Canelo. The fight started as many expected, with Canelo dominating early. In the third round, Canelo landed a flush left hook that sent Berlanga crashing to the mat. At that moment, it seemed like the fight was heading toward an early knockout. But Berlanga had other ideas. He got up, banged his gloves together in frustration, and fought on. Although Canelo won the fight easily on the scorecards, Berlanga managed to go the full 12 rounds, something not many expected. The fight ended in a unanimous decision, with the judges scoring it heavily in Canelo's favor. Canelo connected on nearly 50% of his power punches, underscoring his dominance. However, the fact that he couldn't stop Berlanga raised some eyebrows.
Crosstown put out an open challenge to you on the internet with Turkey Al-Sheikh calling you out. What's your response to Terence Crawford's call out tonight?
no comment.
Canelo hasn't won by knockouts since his 11th round stoppage of Caleb Plant in November 2021. making this his 5th consecutive fight going the distance. Some fans are beginning to wonder whether the once lethal finisher has lost some of his power, though his loyal supporters remain as devoted as ever. Canelo's inability to put Berlanga away may not have mattered much to his fans, but it certainly added an interesting dimension to the discussion about his future opponents. Despite his victory, Canelo's attention quickly shifted to what comes next. During the post-fight press conference, he was asked about potential future opponents, including Crawford. Initially, Canelo refused to comment on the possibility of facing Crawford, a move that seemed to reinforce his previous stance of dismissing the fight.
Realistically left your mind once he said he's not interested, or you
you're
still pursuing it?
Not at all. I think business talk.
But behind the scenes, something was changing. As it turns out, the financial offer for a Crawford fight had risen significantly. It's worth remembering that Canelo was previously criticized for the hefty sum he was asking for this fight, with even His Excellency and Oscar de la Hoya deeming it unrealistic. However, after Canelo's performance against Berlanga, Team Crawford and the Saudis saw an opportunity.
I heard him say, "I'm easy work." If I was easy work, you would take all that money that he's offering you. But yet and still, he want $200 million for Benavidez, and he want $150 million to fight me. So that just lets me know right there that I'm a threat to him. I'm a threat to him.
Canelo's performance, which many considered lackluster, boosted their confidence that Crawford could indeed take down Canelo, leading them to meet his financial demands.
Stuff about me going up and having a tough time, but he went up in weight and lost. That's the difference. I went up weight and won. He went up and lost. So let's not.
As one of the highest paid athletes in the world, Canelo's decisions are often influenced by the purse, and this time was no different. While Canelo had previously dismissed Crawford, the substantial money now on the table seemed to have caught his attention.
Johnny Boy Boxing Fight Hype. I just want to ask you, what do you think about Terence Crawford? What do we think about Terence Crawford's performance, and do you want to get a fight with him?
If the money is right,
$100 million. I heard Turkey offered you a big money.
Canelo is finally ready to entertain the idea of fighting Crawford, but with one key condition. The terms of the fight must make sense financially, considering Canelo's star power and the fact that he commands some of the highest paydays in the sport. This situation doesn't come as a surprise for Crawford. Canelo's openness to the fight has reignited the conversation around this potential mega bout. A clash between two undisputed champions from different weight classes would be a historic event, drawing massive attention from fans worldwide. For Crawford, the stakes couldn't be higher. This would be the ultimate legacy fight, offering him the chance to move up 3 divisions and face one of the best fighters in the sport.
And this is my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't start to talking about these things. He started and he said he respects me, but he doesn't like what we are doing in boxing. That's why I said what I said.
Yeah.
Crawford's eyes are firmly set on Canelo. However, Canelo may end up picking another opponent, as his camp has other options on the table. One of the more talked about possibilities is a rematch with Dmitry Bivol, the Russian light heavyweight champion who handed Canelo his second professional loss in May 2022.